makes the startling claim that he's slowed his aging by 25% per year. He's enormously wealthy, but rather than yachts and private islands, he's devoting his money to perfecting a blueprint for health in order to stave off death. So who is this guy? Is he a nut or a visionary? It's Bryan Johnson, the 47-year-old who has taken on the challenge of aging with himself as a human guinea pig. In this episode, I'll briefly summarize 15 aspects of his project, complete with some fun facts. Please stay to the end for an earth-shaking new development in his plan that has stunned the longevity science community. Project Blueprint, his template for long life, is linked to below. I watched a recent Netflix documentary about him. It tells his origin story of growing up Mormon and suffering a crisis of severe depression and suicidal thoughts. Nevertheless, he was undeniably successful in business and is rich beyond most measures, having sold his company Braintree to PayPal for $800 million. Critics say that what he's doing is not science and suggest that he should donate his wealth to ongoing controlled longevity research. But he does have a massive following online, so clearly there's an appetite for what he is almost uniquely able to undertake. Fun fact, it's startling how different Johnson looks from even 10 years ago, and not all in a good way. It's quite puzzling. As mentioned, he claims he's aging 8 months instead of 12 for every year past, so giving him a head start and starting him at 44 years instead of his true 47. In 10 years, at age 57, he'll be 50 and a half years old. At 77 years old, he will be 64 years old. Not bad, but the protocol is brutal, and many might say that it's not worth wrecking your current life for those extra years. Tim Ferriss, another blogger and podcaster, and perhaps the original lifestyle self-experimenter, said that he's trying to increase the density of experience he gets per year rather than trying to extend his life. But then Ferriss undertakes some pretty eccentric experiments too. A brief rundown of Bryan Johnson's protocol. Number 1, supplements. Lots and lots of evidence-based supplements to the tune of 100 per day. Number 2, diet. Mostly vegan with some collagen protein, 2,250 calories a day, all consumed before 11 a.m. Fun fact, he says his last bite is the saddest part of his day. Yikes. Number 3, intermittent fasting. As described above, it says he gets up at 4:30 every morning, so presumably all food is consumed in a 7-hour window. Number 4, structured physical activity, cardio, weights, and flexibility. He does seem quite athletic and agile in the documentary. Fun fact, he and his son work on the splits every morning. Impressive. Number 5, light therapy, early morning light therapy to adjust his circadian rhythms. Fun fact, he avoids sunlight and UV radiation. Since he lives in sunny LA, that means only going out before 10 and after 4 p.m. If he's on one of his group hikes, I guess he makes an exception or carries a UV blocking umbrella. Number 6, he uses red light therapy cap for his hair loss. Fun fact, he wears his hair in various hairdos in the documentary, including a French braid. Number 7, plasma exchange with his teenage son. Fun fact, he claims that his father turned back the clock 25 years after receiving plasma exchange from his son. Number 8, follistatin gene therapy. It's used to counteract muscle loss and is featured in the documentary. Fun fact, his muscle mass increased 7%. I hope the risks were worth it. Number 9, penis shockwave therapy, presumably for the obvious reason. No comment except, again, yikes. Number 10, detailed and advanced health measurements. Pages of biomarkers on his website, from the usual cholesterol, etc., to more esoteric markers. Fun fact, waist measurement is one of the biomarkers. I love that, cheap and low tech. Number 11, avoidance of harm. No caffeine, alcohol, meat, and as I mentioned before, sunlight. Number 12, sleep optimization. He monitors heart rate variability, a measure of stress, REM sleep, deep sleep, among other measures. He goes to bed and gets up at the same time every day, a practice recommended by sleep experts. Fun fact, sleep is one of the foundations of good physical and mental health. I have lots of resources on my channel. Number 13, mental health. He practices mindfulness and stress reduction because he was lacking in a community, a key foundation for a long life. He's added in group hikes with his followers to build relationships and community. Fun fact, he has followers all over the world, even in my old home of Barcelona, not known for their Spartan lifestyle. Before I get to the final startling development, I want to highlight that number 14. He uses ear vagal nerve stimulation, or transcutaneous auricular vagal nerve stim, or TAVNS. Happy to see this easy intervention in his protocol. By stimulating the auricular or ear branch of the vagus nerve, you indirectly stimulate the vagus nerve, which increases your rest and digest, or healing energy, which is vital to combat stress and improve your well-being and resilience. Fun facts, I've been studying this intervention in the clinic with acupuncture for years, measuring HRV. Number 15, and finally, Johnson's use of rapamycin. Rapamycin is an immune suppressant drug which has become popular with biohackers and longevity diehards. He has been taking rapamycin for a few years, and now he made the shocking move to ditch it. It was causing him some soft tissue infections, abnormalities in his lipid profile, and an elevated heart rate. A not so fun fact, a recent study showed that rapamycin can increase aging in humans. So this doubt thrown on rapamycin is a blow to many longevity experts, with studies underway. But again, it highlights my own philosophy and practice of staying with interventions that go with your body's natural systems and not try to hijack your body with a drug. It might just backfire on you and set you way back, and the regret will be fierce.